the country of Saudi Arabia is really committed to the ambitions of the carbon management challenge. And how is that? Is basically it's embedded in our energy transition journey toward net zero by 2060. And this is through our circular carbon economy framework that we are adopting. And it has 4 R's of reduce, reuse, recycle, and remove. And you will see that carbon management is embedded in all of these R's.
I think about the European countries, what is really, really important is that there's lots of projects happening, not just on the capture side, but also CO2 transport and CO2 storage independently. And so a lot of these projects are generating a ton of real world learning. That's in addition to governments being really, really involved in how to get them to FID, or how to actually set up new infrastructure, such as new storage licenses, right? Or pan-European infrastructure planning.
We are at this point where we are tracking, this exponential growth in project activity driven by policy, different policies in different regions around the world, and tremendous growth, as Lee pointed out, just in the last, 3 or 4 years. And so roughly in numbers, just for everyone in the audience, there's on the order of 50 integrated large-scale CCS projects that are operating, some of them operating for many, several decades around the world. There are now another 50 million metric tons of projects, 44 projects that are post-positive financial investment decision and in various stages of construction.
Yeah, so basically within the steel sector, we're using coal to reduce the iron ore. And so it's quite a fundamental part of the process. And so a lot of work is being done to try and find new reductants. So hydrogen, for example, is one of them. We can also use things like electrolysis. And a lot of these different technologies they're being developed, but they're not currently available on a commercial level.
And what's great about them is that actually we've got more progress than we thought 3 years ago in terms of the cement sector. Most of that progress is in Japan, China, Europe, North America. You made reference to emerging economies. So there's lots of bilaterals going on. So Canada, Thailand, part of their funding project going at the moment is on decarbonisation of cement, but includes some pre-competitive work on CCS. So where is the storage going to be? So some fundamentals.
Talking about the role of international cooperation, and maybe I'm lucky because I'm serving in different international initiatives that take into consideration clean technologies. And I will mention a few of those. I mean, we have talked already about the CMC, which have very clear target, and mainly we facilitate funding and tracking of the projects and the storage, and that's one clear role there of the CMC. But other roles would be, I will invite you to look into the Clean Energy Ministerial, which there is multiple work streams, one of which is the CCUS. And there is a lot of work going there. Their focus is on policies. So that's one clear role of that international initiatives, where we look into the policies, how we share experience between us as a government. Of course, the private sector, the NGOs, the think tanks are part of the equation to help and advise also the governments and help us in sharing and bridging the gap between the different countries.